For a game that started with 10 characters and no story, TF2 sure does have a lot of characters and an oddly complex story. Many of these characters only appearing in comics or blog posts and maybe a short if we're lucky. But what if there were some interesting facts about these non-playable characters? No, even better! What if there were some mildly interesting facts about these non-playable characters? Specifically 15 of them. 15 mildly interesting NPC facts. Right now! Saxton Hale's assistants, Mr. Bidwell and Mr. Reddy, both had mustaches in their first appearance. They have not been depicted with them since. And speaking of mustaches, Sniper's adoptive parents, assuming they're native to Australia and have been exposed to Australium, appear to be some of the very few Australians not to have facial hair. However, Sniper's father is seen to have had a mustache when he was younger. After being exposed to Australium, Radigan Conager, the engineer's grandfather, can be seen with chest hair in the shape of Texas, much like Saxton Hale's Australia-shaped chest hair. Missing posters of the director from the comic Meet the Director can be found on several maps. It's heavily implied that he's murdered at the end of that comic. Merasmus, the Abominomicon, Redman Man, Blutarch Man, and Zephaniah Man are all voiced by one person, Nolan North. North also voiced the engineer just for the short expiration date. Francis, the Talking France, was put in charge of judging the entries to the original Saxy Awards. A kid can be seen dressed up as Francis in the 2011 Halloween Abominomicon comic, and Francis also appeared on a Baby Scout shirt during a dream he had in the comic A Cold Day in Hell. The woman engraved on the side of the ambassador is heavily implied to be Scout's mother. Despite not being introduced as a character until 2012, Gray Man's company, Gray Gravel Co., can be found advertised as far back as 2007 on the map Gravel Pit. This predates any mention of Manco. Saxton Hale is the inventor of Jarate, the jar-based karate, and the high five. Before that, the only way to celebrate with your friends was to punch each other in the face. The Equalizer and the Islander were originally intended to be used by Poopy Joe on his mission to space, to pierce the vault of heaven itself and to fight the Soviet monkey nut Vladimir Bananas, respectively. They were going to be destroyed in an attempt to cover up Manco's supposed involvement in the crash that led to Poopy Joe's death. Abraham Lincoln was not only the original pyro back in the 1850s, but he was also the inventor of both the rocket jump and stairs. And of course, he was known to have loved arena mode, where there is no respawn. If you had sent Valve a Force Nature order form that was part of the Force Nature update page in the Scout update, you would have received a signed photo and letter from Saxton Hale himself informing you that they were out of stock. In the engineer update, a photo can be seen of the Team Fortress Classic engineer, Fred, giving the pair of goggles to a young Del Conager. It's not directly stated, but it's usually assumed that the TFC engineer is the TF2 engineer's father. Not playable in this game, the Team Fortress Classic Demo Man and Scout are both apparently named Greg. The administrator's design is heavily based off of fan art from 2008 by Heather Campbell. Valve ended up inviting her to their headquarters and offered to buy the likeness. The administrator first appeared in an official comic in 2009's War Update. Also, Campbell's original drawing shows the administrator smoking her cigarette backwards. Easy mistake. Wow, those characters sure were non-playable. Just like those facts. And I don't even know what that means. Yeah, this was a little bit difficult to do because just the fact that these characters exist might be a surprise to some people. I don't know exactly how much the average person knows about the TF2 story. So then you find some obscure facts about potentially obscure characters. Whatever, it's over. You learned some stuff. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you knew everything. You knew that Bidwell didn't have a mustache in his original appearance? I didn't know that, or I forgot at least. Anyway, you can watch a different one of these things, because there's a bunch of them on different topics. There's a playlist. Go look at the playlist. Anyway, bye.